just down beyond these cottonwood tree shoots, in the tender dry grass, was the area where the exploratory dig was done, where we found artifacts from Fort Utah. On this corner of the fort was a large corral used to keep the stock and the horses out of Ute hands. And one of the things we did find was a horseshoe. I don't know if there's a scientific method that could be used to date that horseshoe, but it was found with the other artifacts from the pioneer period. So there's a chance that it dated back to the 1849 and 50 era. First year in Provo's history was a very difficult one because of their relations with the Utes who lived in the area and considered the fish and the resources of the valley to be theirs, compounded by some rather stupid reactions by the pioneers. 3 Mormon battalion veterans went west of Utah Lake to hunt and met an Indian that they had nicknamed Old Bishop because he looked like one of the bishops in Salt Lake City. The first year in Utah Valley was a difficult one for the settlers, mainly due to First year in Utah Valley was a difficult one for the settlers, mainly because of their lack of cooperation between them and the Ute Indians who lived there. The Utes considered the fish from the stream here, the Provo River, the resources, the grass and so forth that their animals ate to be their own. The settlers considered it to be their farmland, and they grazed their animals on it. So it led to difficulties, compounded by an incident that occurred in the fall of 1849 when 3 Mormon battalion veterans met a Ute that they nicknamed Old Bishop on a hunting expedition down the Provo River from the fort, between the fort and the Utah Lake. He was wearing the shirt of one of the men. That the shirt had been stolen off a clothesline. At least it ended up missing. They accused him of stealing it. He claimed that he'd bought it from another Indian. We'll never know the truth because they went to take it off his back forcefully. He resisted somewhat and was shot in the head and killed. Then they realized that this might lead to Indian problems, so they opened his body and filled his abdominal cavity with rocks, took him down to where the backwater comes into Utah Lake, into the Provo River, and dumped him in the river, hoping to hide him there. It didn't work. The settlers were in big trouble when the Utes found the body of Old Bishop in the river. They probably would have had a battle right then, but the 49ers on their way south to the California goldfields came down here in the fall of 1849 and waited for the weather to get cool enough into the winter season that they could take the southern route down through St. George, Las Vegas, and into California. As soon as the gold seekers left, troubles renewed between the Indians and the pioneers, and probably the largest Indian battle ever fought in Utah was fought right here on the Provo River. It was called the Battle of Provo River, or the Battle of the Timpanogos River, if you will. It was unusual in several ways. Number one, we usually see the Indians circling the pioneer fort, but in this instance we had an Indian village in this area just above 1120 or 30 north, where the Riverside Plaza is located today, and about 4th west. The Indians had selected an area and fortified it with fallen cottonwood trees. It was an old bed of the Provo River, so it was a little bit lower than the surrounding land, and they stayed put. And we have the settlers actually attacking the Indian fort. Now, seldom in Utah history did the militia have a chance to use cannon against the Indians, because usually the Indians didn't stay and stand and fight like they did here. So they brought 2 cannon, one of them from Salt Lake, bombarded the village. They shot away all their ammunition, plus a few sets of blacksmithing tools and all the metal they could get a hold of, plus rocks. Another thing that made it a little bit unusual is there was a cavalry charge here The pioneers had built, James Bean had built a cabin on the banks of the Provo in this area. The Indians had taken it over and used it as part of their fort. The cavalry charge of the militia dislodged them from the fort and sent them scampering back into the village. The other unusual thing was they actually built some triangular shaped batteries that the settlers got in and pushed on sleigh runners. The battle took place in February and there was snow on the ground. They placed these in front of the Ute village and then pushed it close enough that they were in short rifle range of the village. There were guerrillas on the north side of the river, hidden in the willows, shooting across into the Indian camp. After a 2-day battle, the Indians left the fort. They divided. Half of them went down to West Mountain. Part of them went up to Rock Canyon. And after another 2 weeks of following up where the Indians went and killing as many as they could, the Utah Valley campaign was over. The Indians learned one thing, that is, do not stand and fight. Use guerrilla tactics, hit and run tactics. The Mormons also learned one thing. It was a lot cheaper to feed the Indians than it was to fight them. Even one horse that was killed here on the frontier was a $200 loss. The normal wage for one day, if you could find a job in this early frontier times in Provo, was around $1.50 to $2 a day. So, you know, you lost a lot of days' work when that horse died by being shot by the Utes. There were enough Utes shot that it killed that it just about broke the fighting force of the Ute Indians in Utah Valley with this one battle, the Battle of the Provo River. Well, here we are. Hoping that we'll see a lot of you at the reunion in August, both up the canyon and at the American Fork Country Club. We can sit down, reminisce, talk over old memories. David wanted me to mention that I've written several books on early Provo. One of them is about Provo's first year, called Founding Fort Utah. That's available in paperback. It's $15. And then I've written for the Provo Daily Herald feature articles on Sunday called The History Page, and we've compiled them with numerous pictures of early Provo into 2 volumes of what we call Tales from Utah Valley. That's available at $20. It's an 8x11 format, good quality glossy paper, good quality photographs. It's available, both are available from me or from the Daily Herald, whichever you prefer. The Founding Fort Utah is $15, and each volume of the Tales from Utah Valley would be $20. So if you're interested, I'm going to bring some to the picnic, and if there's any interest, I'll take some to the dinner that night in American Fork also. But that's my commercial bit for the books that I've written. And I've enjoyed my little trip with you. I hope you enjoy it also via the net. If there are enough people who are interested, I'd be happy to do some sort of a live tour of Provo, either on, well, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday during, or even Sunday for those sinners out there. During the August, when you're here for the reunion, we could revisit the places that David and I have gone to and talk about old times if you'd like. If there's any interest, I don't know who to have you call or contact because I don't have the internet. And what we do is use your personal cars, drive from place to place, get out, walk around the same as we did, talk over a few things, answer a few questions if you'd be interested. Okay, thanks.